Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and of course the Botch Guy fans, how you folks doing? Welcome here to part 2 of our SummerSlam predictions. I'm Con, that's the Botch Guy. We did part 1 over on his channel, so make sure you go check it out. And Botch Guy has asked the lovely Con Man community to do him a favor. Head on over to Positive Vibes 604. It is Botch Guy's Twitch. Make sure you follow him over there for some lovely Twitch content. How you doing, buddy?
Thanks for that plug, bro. I appreciate it. That's what I'm looking for here. No, man, I'm doing awesome, man. How's it going, Connie?
It's going pretty good, man. Yeah, so we completed part 1 over on your channel, and we might as well just jump straight into this thing because I know people watched that for nearly 18 minutes. Oh boy, long predictions. But
probably the longest video I've ever made, and probably maybe yours.
Oh God, no! I live streamed for like 12 hours one night. We're golden.
Streams don't
count. Video. Yeah. Whatever. All right, Bayley versus Asuka. Let's do this thing. SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line. Bayley has to defend against the Empress of Tomorrow first because Sasha Banks won the Beat the Clock challenge. Man, this is different, to say the least, but what do you think is going to go down?
Well, don't forget to like and subscribe to Con Man, by the way, if you haven't.
Thank you. What do you think's going to... Predictions, Botch Guy! Predictions! No more plugs!
You haven't plugged yourself yet.
I don't care. I don't care. People came for their predictions. They want their predictions, okay? So give it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help out the marketing side of your things, all right? All right. Okay, so it's kind of weird because, you know, there's 2 matches here. There's the Bayley and Asuka double champ potential match here with Sasha Banks and Asuka as well. So I really want to hear your thoughts more on this first because I have a crazy theory. Okay. So I want to hear what you have to say first, and then I'll get to mine.
All right. I don't think Asuka walks out without a title. I don't think Asuka walks out with a title here tonight. I think both Bayley and Sasha retain. I don't know if that's just the most boring thing ever, but like, I still want to see where this goes. And I think Bayley's going to defend her title against Naomi at Payback. That's kind of where I'm going with this one. But I don't know. I've got Bayley winning this and really don't think it's going to be too crazy. What do you think?
That Naomi promo on SmackDown was so bad. Oh my God.
You didn't like it?
You liked it?
I thought it wasn't bad. I thought it gave her a little bit of character.
Oh, so bad. Okay, but honestly, the whole Bayley Sasha storyline, it's been going on for so long, and Asuka's been kind of involved in this storyline for so long. And my personal opinion is when Kairi Sane left, I thought they were going to just completely throw Asuka out the door, and they just said, that's it for her. But instead, they made her have a double match here, which is insane, first of all, because I know this is probably not going to happen. And I know I'm supposed to just talk about that one match, but I feel like you have to talk about both in this situation because of, you know, how crazy this kind of moment is. Because in my opinion, Asuka is leaving as the double champion in this situation. I know you're probably thinking, no, you need to have something with the whole storyline of Sasha. You need to have something to fight for. I understand. I get it. But I think they think that Asuka is a diamond, and she's been carrying the company, the women's division, so long. And and Sasha and Bayley have been doing an amazing job as well, and they've honestly got just an incredible amount of push. But I want to see some heat. I want to see some fire there, and I don't think they need a championship to fight over. I think just them having that hate for each other, they're both going to lose. I think something is going to snap between one of them. I think personally it's going to be Sasha Banks over Bayley. Again, maybe you're probably thinking something different there. But I think personally, Asuka, I am a huge fan of Asuka. I really want to see her come a double champion. But more realistically, one of the two is going to win. Either Asuka is going to win the Raw or the SmackDown championship there. I'm not sure which one, but in my opinion, I want to see Asuka as the double champ. So I'm going to completely throw my predictions out of the way. Asuka wins both matches. What do you think?
I'm a complete opposite there. I think Sasha and Bayley both walk out with the titles. And for one reason and one reason only, they're still the tag team champions, and the story is just starting to devolve them. I think they need to walk out both as champions still in order to get to the next pay-per-view where only one of them is going to lose a title. I don't think the one title loss happens here at SummerSlam because Asuka is the same person challenging for both titles. I know it. I can totally see where you're coming from with that. Like, she's facing for both titles. She's got to walk it with one. I'm more so getting in the mindset of Sasha's going to help Bayley win her title, and Bayley's not going to do a damn thing in Sasha's match because she's still a little pissed off with the fact that Sasha won the Beat the Clock challenge. And I think it's just going to continue to evolve from there. But still, I think they both need to walk it with their titles just to continue to tell this story. Again, though, you might very well be right with this, and one of them is losing their title. It could very well happen, but I'm picking both to retain.
Let me tell you why I think Asuka is going to be going for the double championship, because I think the WWE is going to be debuting a new NXT superstar very soon, and that female is Io Shirai. And I think the unbelievable stories that you could do with Asuka, Io Shirai, especially with the Kairi Sane kind of connection there, I think you could create a new star moving on to Monday Night Raw. And I personally think Io Shirai is going to be debuting very, very soon here. I know she just got the title. I understand. I get it. But I think there's huge potential with that storyline. I think that's something they could lean. Now, again, you don't really need the championships for that, but the WWE likes to do things kind of in a weird backwards order. Every time we think something is kind of obvious, they kind of flip the switch and they do something remotely different. Let's think about the Goldberg and the Fiend situation where everybody was pissed off beyond words when Goldberg beat the Fiend. It made no sense, right? But the WWE loves to do little things like that. So in my personal opinion, I think that's going to happen. And with the Bayley and Sasha situation, guys, Bayley and Sasha do not need a championship to fight over.
I disagree heavily with that, actually, to be honest, man. I completely disagree with that.
Yes, we'll have prediction wars.
I cannot continue on with that, man. No, I think they absolutely need a championship to fight over. The entire time, their story has been them holding the other championships.
They still have one.
They do now until there's only one, until there's the one that they want to fight over. And I understand, we could pull the trigger at SummerSlam, right? But with there being literally another pay-per-view 1 week later, and with Naomi just beating Bayley, I don't see Asuka taking the title off of Bayley, and I also don't see Sasha Banks losing the title back to Asuka when it's the second match. I don't know. I just have a tough time seeing it, but I need to see their feud culminate over a title, because I know how WWE is, and especially in the women's division, they're not going to let the women go out there and have a 25-minute classic with no championship being on the line. They need that.
How good would it be to see them both lose the titles and then still hold the tag titles, and then they're pissed off kind of about the other things. Now they're fighting over that while there's deception going on because they're still the champs. There's storylines there. Okay. We can talk about that.
I don't think we're on the same page here, and that's A-okay, right? We're allowed to have different.
Finally, some difference of opinion in this prediction. Sorry.
Anyways, yeah. So those are the two women's matches there. Let's get on to the one of the two main events. We don't know what order this is going to go in, but we're going to start off with McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Been a really, really nice evolution, not to use a pun right there, of Randy Orton. Love seeing how he's completely decimated all the legends around him. And now he gets a shot at the WWE Championship versus a very, very strong-looking Drew McIntyre. Who do you think wins this one, man?
Conman community, Botch community. Randy Orton is going to be the new WWE champion. Mm-hmm. I know that might sound also controversial, but in my opinion, Randy Orton is at the absolute top of his game. This is the best I have seen him in a long, long time. And I just love when they go out and Randy, who's just completely different than where he was just a year ago, reinvent himself kind of in a way. He's doing the Legend Killer stuff, but he mixed up the Viper in this cool little package. Yeah. And the way he's cutting promos, guys, he's cutting promos on wrestlers during matches before commercial breaks with literally no microphone. You all know who else did that type of stuff? CM Punk. He's pretty good too. And Randy Orton has been doing that now for months. And don't get me wrong, Drew McIntyre has been really good. He's been solid, I've really enjoyed his character overall kind of grow. But I think Randy Orton's time is now once again, and Randy Orton is going to be doing the, I guess, upset on Drew McIntyre here, and he's taking the championship.
Yeah, I actually agree with you here. Randy Orton is going to well, that was not English. Let me try that again.
What?
Randy Orton is going to become the WWE champion. I think this is because we need something to freshen it up. It's been not that McIntyre being champion has been stale. Far from it. I think his character has been very entertaining every time. But we've been in the PC arena for a while now. We've had no fans for a while. We've seen McIntyre as WWE champion for a while. And I feel like Randy Orton, when he's on the top of his game and cutting promos like he is, I feel like that brings that extra bit of star power to the WWE championship. And then on the flip side of things, it creates even more of a character for Drew McIntyre. The best WWE champions in the history of the business don't generally hold on to the title for all that long. The long championship reign, sure, they stand out like CM Punk, Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, what have you, right? But generally speaking, like the best champions, the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the Rocks, the John Cenas, they don't hold them that long because it creates a better story moving forward.
Yeah,
so I think that Randy Orton's going to win. Yeah,
I agree 100%. And you had an interesting theory with Ric Flair.
I did. Yes. All right. Do you think the world is ready to hear this one?
After me hearing this one, it's interesting. Let's rock and roll.
All right. So Randy Orton, you guys remember how he punted Ric Flair back on Monday Night Raw? Well, the lights happened to go out right at the very moment that he went to punt him. Some saying this is to protect the 71-year-old Ric Flair. Others are saying it's because Randy Orton is trying to deceive us all, and he's still got Ric Flair in his corner. Ric Flair going to come out during the match, betray Drew McIntyre in some way, and realign himself with Randy Orton. It's a theory. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think once again, we talk about WWE not being that deep. I don't think it's that deep either here. But, yeah, that's a possibility. What do you think about that possibility?
I just want to see a clean match.
Yeah.
I want to see these guys go to war with each other. I want to see a hell of a match. I don't want to see too much. I'm not going to use the word on your channel because I swear. I don't want to swear on your channel. I'll swear on mine. I won't swear on yours.
All right. Appreciate it.
But I
no idea what you're trying to say, but all right, continue.
Agree. I didn't say it. All right. So personally, I just want to see a clean match. And I hope to God that it's going to be a good match, because when you have these two talented people in the thing, and Randy being as good as he is and Drew growing as much as he is, I think we could have, am I going to say it, a potential 5-star classic.
Okay. All right. I would love it. I would love it if we get a 5-star classic. Without fans there, I think it's so tough to have a 5-star classic. They just feed off the energy so
There
hard.
is fans. It's the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
They're watching.
With those WWE 2K19 piped in sounds. Oh, those are woo!
I know this is the prediction shows for SummerSlam, but just quickly, what do you think about the Thunderdome thing?
I thought it looked really, really cool. The noise was a little off-putting. Like, people weren't reacting. So, like, people were coming out and saying stuff, and then there was, like, zero crowd reaction. Thought that was a little weird, but, like, visually, I thought it looked good. It wasn't too distracting.
There were so little technical problems.
Yeah.
And it went so smoothly. I don't know how they put that together so quickly.
Here's the thing. I want to ask you something, because we always bash on WWE for not trying new things. I wonder if this has been a thing in the works for a while. You know, like this whole idea of Thunderdome, because it came up seemingly out of nowhere. And I know WWE is a big production and it moves so quickly, but like, it feels like this might have been a thing in the works for a long time. Like, I wonder if, like, after WrestleMania, Vince was just like, all right, we need to work on something here. We need something state of the art that is going to be really cool. And that's what it turned into, was the Thunderdome. I don't know.
I personally think they saw the NBA, and the NBA does the whole
that's true as well.
Mini Thunderdome style. And Vince probably thought, wouldn't it be cool if we have screens all around the whole thing with fans staring at them? I know the audio. I understand why they didn't do the audio, because of, like, it would be ridiculous. It would be echoey. The sounds wouldn't lag. There's lag, right? So and people would be cheering for like just normal stuff that's happening in the matches that makes no sense. So I understand why they piped it. And honestly, I was originally not the biggest fan of the whole piped in crowd noise, but no, after seeing watching hockey, how they do it, they did it really organically. And now WWE's trying to do it organically. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's okay. It does definitely add a little more compared to things, but then again, you're also missing out on the organic promo talk. I guess that's what I call it, in the middle of a match, right? The trash talking or whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly just ask you about that.
I think it looks really cool, man. I really do. But you know what is also looking really cool? The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and he's going up against the monster among men who happens to have a Strowman Express. It's Braun Strowman. So this whole build, good, weird, bad, awesome, crappy, all at the same time. This entire build ever since WrestleMania. All the steps along the way have been on paper good, execution not always the best. We have gotten to this match here. I still think every step, it's you see it written down. It's probably a really cool segment written down, but it hasn't always delivered. And I think that's partly because Braun Strowman just is not believable with anything that he does. But yeah, the match itself, I'm excited to see the Fiend and Braun Strowman get at it. So I guess WWE did their job, right? Getting me excited to see this match actually happen. What do you think's going to go down? Because the final image that we saw was the Fiend emerging from the ambulance with his tongue sticking out. Really gave us no direction of what to expect at SummerSlam. It was a cool visual, but again, that it goes back to this whole feud being cool, weird, good, bad, awesome, crappy, all at the same time.
How about that choke slam?
There you go. You finished it off, right? Crappy.
I think the feud's been logical. They started off, the weaker. He's slowly getting stronger. Braun Strowman starting off as a face, and then, I guess kind of getting more demonic as the feud's going on because he's going against a more demonic character. I understand that. I'm still wondering what they're going to be doing with Alexa Bliss here because Alexa Bliss has definitely been thrown into it. I don't know. Maybe it was just a short thing, just trying to build Braun into the monster character, which is just literally him being bald. Which is just I went on a 20-minute.
Well, it's the Braun show.
Can't believe that's what they did. I was hoping some sort of can you imagine? Honestly, Conman, imagine the transformation they could have done with a guy his size. They could have turned him into a legitimate monster with some awesome face paint, maybe some massive, something cool.
Just Vince
and he
backstage.
Would come out.
Just shave his head. That's such good shit.
Can you just imagine, how did that conversation go, okay?
Oh, God damn it, pal. You need to shave your head. You'll be a monster. We'll give you a train. You'll be the monster among men. You'll be the universal champion. And everyone will cheer for you and buy your merch. Oh, it's such good shit.
I'll be the writer here, okay? I'm coming up to Vince McMahon. Hey, Vince, how's it going, man? You're Vince.
Hey, hi. I'm Vince McMahon.
I'm
Vince McMahon. Hi.
So I got this great idea, okay?
All right.
It's just the best idea. You know how Braun Strowman is known as the monster among men?
God damn it, pal.
Let's turn him into a monster by shaving his head bald, okay? Because that will really intensify
Insert the Vince McMahon meme. Falling out of his chair.
I must have been honestly, when I saw that, I was laughing so hard. I couldn't take it seriously. And I guess that's kind of the problem with this feud. I want to give WWE credit for being creative with the whole Alexa stuff. Thought it was great. I loved it. And then, they do, like you said, man, sometimes they do something that's that's cool. And then the next second it's oh my God. And then the choke slam happened. And, and instead of being taken it seriously, everybody's just laughing, right?
Yeah.
And as the camera guy briskly running around. And then the best part is they're putting him inside the ambulance with like no restraining areas, like no
backboard, nothing. Just
no
the guy's got a
backboard.
broken back, and they just like they lifted him right with his broken back, folded him like that, man. Like what?
It's okay. He's gonna turn into the Fiend. Let's just throw him in there, just get him in there, quick. And then they pan over to the ambulance, and like the ambulance is going so slow. I have never seen an ambulance go. I thought originally,
and then the backup, beep, 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 beep. Oh my God.
I thought Braun was the driver, and then the Fiend, the smoke came around, and I'm like, and then he's standing there in the smoke, and he's like, right? He's doing like the whole like, what is that? When Devon and Bubba Ray thing, right? He just started doing that. I thought that was hilarious. I know it's supposed to be serious and cool. I thought it was hilarious, but but that's the thing about this. I don't think this storyline was ever supposed to be serious, because they definitely transitioned from that. I thought at the middle part of it, I thought they tried to make it serious, but now it's just completely off the rack. That chokeslam, man.
Here's the thing, man. The problem is that they are trying to make it serious. Like, that is the actual problem. They're not trying to make it goofy, but everything that has happened, just one step, like not meaning for it to be goofy at all, but it is. Just like,
come on, that last scene, that wasn't.
But that's what I mean. It was meant for them to be scary. Oh, the Fiend emerging, but it came out corny. It came out goofy. The red light in the back of the ambulance, and then the pan over. We didn't even see the Fiend open the doors. It just the pan over, and he's just standing there.
So what do you think happens in this match, man? Like, does Alexa get involved here? It's the monster versus the Fiend. So like,
yeah.
Is it confirmed it's going to be in the ring?
It's confirmed it's a falls count anywhere. So I don't know if that means we're going to leave the actual arena or not, or if it's going to finish in the ring the entire time. But
it's definitely not a cinematic.
It's not a cinematic, at least as of right now. No. Yeah, I think this has to be Bray Wyatt winning the title, right? What about you? What do you think's going down?
And here is the golden issue, right? With Braun Strowman and the Fiend feuding, we need both these guys technically to win. Now, with Braun Strowman turning into this monster character, I guess now if he loses the title and still looks really strong, I think that's okay, because, believe it or not, because he turned into this monster character, he could lose the title and then just do something absolutely crazy to the Fiend. I don't know. Fiend can be written off for a little bit and come back when he wants to, basically. But he'll have the title. I do think the Fiend is going to be taking the title. Okay. I think the Fiend has to win. The Fiend has to win.
He has to.
Because if he loses here, once again, the Fiend's credibility just goes down the crapper. And we can't keep bringing down the Fiend. I'm still tilted. Almost, 8 months ago? I'm still tilted over
10 months. It's 10 months ago at this point.
I'm still so angry about that match, because that was an opportunity to create an Omega star. There's superstars, there's stars, and then what I call them,
and there's Kenny
stars.
Omega.
Well, maybe one day in the WWE.
I'd love for that to happen.
Yeah, I got the Fiend winning here, and I think there's going to be some crazy stuff. I think Alexa's going to get involved. What about the whole Sister Abigail thing?
Can I share something here with
Oh, please.
Because I don't know. I think the whole Sister Abigail story is looked so much into for WWE fans because they just want somebody to be the character. It's never connected with me. It's like something that Bray talks about from his past. It's never been something that I'm like, oh, I want to see Sister Abigail debut. There was talks of it way back in the day being Paige, and then it being somebody else. I can't remember. There's been talks of literally every women's superstar that has ever been in the WWE over the last 5 years who's going to be Sister Abigail. And I'm just, every time I hear it, I'm like, would I care? Would I legit care if it popped up on my screen? If Alexa Bliss was revealed to be Sister Abigail, what's the story? She's been around for how long? I wouldn't care, right? I think this idea of the Fiend interacting with female superstars like Alexa Bliss and turning them as well a little bit, evolving their character would be great. Not reverting them into becoming a Sister Abigail type character.
I love that you just said that, because I know this is going to sound kind of stupid and weird, but I think Alexa Bliss and The Fiend as a weird demonic couple, I think that would work. I'm not talking about like they're going to start making out in the middle of the ring with like blood like popping out, but I'm talking about like Alexa like suddenly getting transformed, I guess, in a way, gimmick change, into like the Fiend's kind of like woman, I guess, and you know, kind of having her like be kind of like the manager, I guess, in a way, of the Fiend, and having some sort of cool storyline dynamic there. And I think the first person that they could absolutely destroy is Nikki Cross, right?
Nikki Cross, I like
very
that.
easy transition. Remember, Nikki Cross was known as the Looney Tooney, right, for the longest time, right? Are you lifting your hand
I'm raising
up?
my hand because I got a question here, Botch
Guy. Go ahead.
All right, I got a question, because with Alexa Bliss there, do you think the possibility of like her being normal inside like the fun house, but then being like a Harley Quinn type of, like, not exactly Harley Quinn, but you know how she's got like the pigtail and the different like face paint she's come out to with it to the ring before? It'd be kind of cool if that was her like Fiend character or whatever her alternate character would be. Do you like that idea, or would you like it just to be Alexa Bliss?
So you want her to kind of turn into like the whole Bray Wyatt Fiend situation, where
kind of, but not exactly. Like, it's still Alexa Bliss, but something different. Like two characters for Alexa. Like one character in the Funhouse, which is just regular Alexa that we've seen for a while, and she's infatuated with Bray. But then the Fiend out there, and we see the evolution of Alexa Bliss's other character. I don't know if that'd be
watch
cool
this. Watch this bomb I'm about to drop on you. So you're talking about Leo Kruger and Adam Rose when they're looking at each other in the mirror. Remember that?
I do not remember that.
Anybody in chat, comment section below, right down here, if you guys remember the whole Adam Rose, Leo Kruger situation where they're basically the same person. They were staring at the mirror. He was staring at the mirror, and it was Leo Kruger, and he had a dual personality, and they were going to debut it. Never happened. They went with Adam Rose instead. But there was a really cool idea there on NXT.
Interesting. Well, hey, let's see that with Alexa Bliss then.
Comments below.
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Well, right. I think that covers all of our predictions, Botch Guy. The only ones that we've got different are the women's matches, correct?
Yeah, it's a pretty drastic difference. So basically, we're gonna watch just to see
who's walking out as the women's champions.
I'm the dummy here, or are you the dummy here? Who knows? But at the end of the day, man, it's always a pleasure to do these with you, and
it's always fun talking.
Kind of join our communities together on our streams and on everything. And you're a good guy, man, and I really appreciate you doing this with me.
Well, I appreciate you coming onto this channel and for doing part one over on yours. For everybody out there watching, make sure you drop that like and make sure you subscribe to both my channel and the Botch Guy's right there. Plus, you know his Twitch channel as Positive Vibes 604. You should follow it because you now know that name. There we go, everybody. That is our SummerSlam predictions. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Con. That's the Botch Guy. We'll see you on Sunday for our live shows. Until then, take care, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Cheers, guys.